What's going on, family? My name is Joe Brown, aka Black Phoenix, and I'm your welding coach. And today I wanted to talk to you about how to replace your welding wire. A lot of people get into the welding shop and then start welding and start practicing on their welding skills, but you have to learn how to work on your own equipment. I remember an old school welder told me, you can't call yourself a welder until you can work on your own equipment. So let's dive into this, and all we're gonna do is change the wire. So the first thing you do is, depends on what welder you're using. I'm using a Miller 255. And the first thing you do, you're gonna open up your spool. Once you open your welder up, you're gonna look on this, because I'm gonna be changing my wire size. This is actually some regular hard wire for MIG, and I'm gonna be changing it to flux core. The first thing I'm gonna do is take this roll out. See it say 035, I'm gonna flip it. 035, I'm gonna flip it to 045, and I'm gonna put it back on there and then lock it. So once I do that, I grab my pliers and I cut the wire. You want to cut it, you ain't gotta, go crazy, but cut enough so that way you can save it. Because this is, if this was your machine, you're saving money. Take the spool out. Come right back over here. Now, you see this spool, it got this little knob on it. And on your wire, each wire, you got different little holes in it. You want to make sure that that knob line up on one of these holes, and it helps when you putting the tension on it. So the first thing you want to do, and you see, my wire thing came out, so that's a good thing to see. First thing you want to do is get it situated. Came out, but you want to make sure you find your groove back there. That be it. Sometimes and you can tell when you hit it too, because it'll pop right in. I think I'm a little bit from right here. There it goes. You see how it popped in? It'll pop in on you. Take a little bit. On the other rolls, spools, they're a little different because you can actually see all the way to the back. On these here, you really can't. I'm gonna cut this wire off. The little access came out while I was rolling it. Kind of came apart, and we gotta take the wire out. So normally, I wouldn't have to do that, but the wire cut. So now we're gonna take the wire out. And all you wanna do is stretch it out. Grab the wire with your pliers, and then you can start pulling it out. Don't take a whole lot. And believe it or not, this is a lot of just some wasted wire you can't use. It's gone, we're gonna throw it away. And then remember, since you're changing your wire, you also have to change your tip. This is a 035 tip. I'm gonna take it out. I'm going to put the 045 in. Now, rule of thumb, you can put this in after you put your wire in. So I'm just gonna leave it out and put it back, but that's what goes in. And we're gonna go on and hook the welder up and start running the wire through. Then we'll put the tip back in there. Because sometimes when you're rolling it up, it'll stop right as soon as it gets to your tip. So come down here, once you clip your wire back off, you're gonna run it right through the machine. I like to just run it a few times, get it in there. Once you get it in there good, you can drop it. All right. Now, we're gonna leave that up. So you get your gun stretched out some, and you just hit it. Most machines, it'll start jogging through there, like now. If you see how fast it's rolling now, it knows I'm not welding, so it's making the spool go faster to feed the wire through. Some older machines, you have to go and cut up the wire speed, and it does the same thing. But some of these new ones, it can just tell, and it just does it on its own. And you stop right there, that way you won't waste no wire. Slide your tip on. Put your nozzle on. And now, cut off your access. Now let me give you a quick tip. You see your pliers, your needle nose, your dikes, or whatever you want to call them. If you notice on this side, it's flat. If you flip it to this side, it got an in-depth opening to it. So when you get ready to cut your wire, put this side up against the nozzle. That way when you cut it, you still got stick out. Gave you that tip, you'll thank me later for that. But that's pretty much it, family. And now, you're welcome to just set your machine. This machine actually got pre-settings on it. So I can come down here and I can hit, so I get the flux core. See, it got gas and self-shield. We're gonna put on gas and we in. Now we on flux core 75-25, and now I just got to change the amps, the voltage. And normally, depends on what you're doing. I'm gonna start about 24. This is something that I'll run if I was starting on overhead or uphill, it depends. But that's pretty much it, family. I'm out. Hold on.